So like when we sit here for a moment and just kind of looking at our feet, because we're going to work on balance today. Okay, so we're going to work on standing balancing. And if you think about that, what part of your body is involved in standing balancing? Like if you're standing on one leg, your feet. Yes, well actually your whole body. Your nervous system, everything is involved. But the feet are really important because if it's your foundation, if it's your base, there's a gross misalignment or a weakness on one part of the foot versus another, then that's going to affect nerve conduction. It's going to affect proprioception. It's right at your foundation, there's something that's off. It's like if you're going to build a really tall building, we want to make sure that the foundation is solid and sound enough to manage whatever that height is. So when we sit on the floor, like we're sitting now, we're actually up on height. But if you notice your feet, if you can take your attention to your feet, and I didn't tell you how to place your feet, and everyone's feet are doing pretty much what mine are doing. First of all, they're doing two different things. Doesn't it feel like that? Like one is in a slightly different shape than the other. And if we were to keep our feet in exactly the same relationship to our lower leg that they are right now, and if you can kind of imagine your lower leg in relationship to your knee, you know, we're sitting on the floor, so the body adapts, that's fine. But I'm going to take my legs forward, and I'm going to try not to change the position of my foot. So it's like I dipped it in wax or something, and I take it forward, and you see how the outer ankle is longer than the inner ankle. So just go ahead and try to keep your feet dipped in wax or something and take them forward and let them have that shape, that they were, and it's usually one. So often when we are attempting to balance, you know, we might fall to the inside of the foot or fall to the outside, but most often when people sprain an ankle, for instance, it's this direction. So there's very often will be overstretched and weak on this outer part of our foot and lower leg. And once we've sprained an ankle and those ligaments have been overstretched, that shift, that change is there for life, apparently. So we can do things to strengthen, but we have to really take care to keep a certain relationship between the foot and the shin as much as possible. It doesn't mean you can't move your feet in different ways. It's really good to do that. But it's interesting to look at how we're sitting and how we're doing other things to say, well, is that factoring into my capacity to balance or not? So just something to be aware of. So let's try one more time. Let's cross our legs, and let's take a blanket. And we're just going to roll it like this. So it's long and narrow, kind of like one of those, what are they at the beach? Noodle. I saw them, yeah, I was there this morning. I was like, I want a noodle. So you're going to cross your ankles over the noodle, the blanket noodle, and your lower portion of your shin, lower leg. But try to keep your outer foot a little, so you can dorsiflex at the ankle. So we're actually going to let our feet have a little more tone, okay? So this is like organizing your feet as if you were planning to stand. So sitting in a way that's going to facilitate better standing. So Susanna, let's pull the toes of this foot forward. So you're really dorsiflexing at the ankle. That's it. And have enough support so it feels like you can be on the outer edge of your foot, which might make your knees come up a bit, right? But the interesting thing is, as our hips begin to open, you know, when we're increasing the range of motion in our hips, hopefully that's coming from the hip, not from the turning of the lower leg and the overstretching of the outer foot, because then the hip is really not what's being mobilized. The change is happening lower down. So doesn't this sitting feel a little different in terms of your foot? Okay, now draw your buttock flesh back and out to the side right now. There are other good adjustments for the buttocks. We'll just do that one. Okay. Just so that you can feel your two sitting bones crisp on the blanket like your two outer edges of your feet, okay? And then let's fold our palms in front of our heart and relax and close your eyes. And because we're going to be spending time with the lower body, particularly the feet, the lower leg, the hip region, in relationship to the whole body, take your attention into your roots, it'll be your legs right now. And when you inhale, give yourself that opportunity to feel as if your inhalation is going down. So you're grounding yourself with your inhalation and spreading your ribs at the same time. And then as you exhale, maintain a sense of scaffolding, or that sort of inner architecture from your sitting bones to your armpits. So again, as you inhale, take the breath down as if you could breathe into your sitting bones as you simultaneously spread your ribs. And then with your exhalation, maintain the clarity of your feet, your sitting bones, and as you continue to support the sides of your trunk. So we're maintaining that sense of scaffolding even as we exhale. So now you're going to take another couple breaths, and this time observe the pattern of sensation that you're feeling moment by moment as you inhale and as you exhale. Take one deliberate, conscious breath. And then raise your chest and bow your head towards your heart. Bring your hands to your thighs, raise your head, and open your eyes. Okay, and stretch your legs forward. So if at any time when we're working today and you feel yourself a little shaky, which could happen because we're working on balance, you can take that conscious breath, because it's a really powerful way of calming your nervous system and yoking your mind to your body in the present moment. Just feeling the body, do one inhalation and one exhalation. It's so simple that it's easy to forget how powerful that is.